Hello everyone, welcome back to this video. I want to greet you in the name of Jesus Christ. In today's video we are going to look at number and date query. Remember, in the previous one we looked at text query, and in today's lesson we are supposed to look at number and date query, meaning that we are going to concentrate on creating a query to return numbers, or our criteria will be basing on numbers and the date. So we have here an example to follow. So we are going to take this using database management system of your choice, create a database and save it as Canteen Sales 2024. So they have given us the database structure, how our table must be formatted. So we have field name and field format. Under the name of ID or item ID, we need to have a PK attached to those numbers with a dash separating the PK and the numbers. So this @ symbol are just the placeholders for those numbers or for those digits. Then item name, we shall not have any format there. Unit price, we are going to have this currency symbol here, and it must be at the end. Quantity, we have this number format. This one is called the comma separator or thousand separator. Those or date of sales, we want it to appear like this, 2 digits under day. Then under month, we need 3 letters of the months. Then also need the year must have 4 digits. Location, we shall not have any formatting. And here is our table. That's how it is. So here the instruction says create a query to display items with the quantity above 500, quantity between 800 and 2000, items with the quantity below 1000, items that cost 1000 and less, items which were sold in the month of February, items which were sold before April, items that were sold after April, then items that were sold between January and April. So let us first begin with our database. So we need to create a database, and our database is here. You right click. If you are working within a folder, you right click inside that folder, new Microsoft Access database, and give it a name. For example, here we are calling it Canteen Sales 2024. So we double click to open this database, and we can enable these macros, and we begin. So we shall begin by creating table design. Then we are going to add the fields or the field names, and here we are having item ID, item name. So I have here item ID, there is item name, there is unit price, quantity, unit price, quantity. There is also quantity, unit price, dose, then location. There is dose, then location. So we are done with adding the field names. Now we go to data types. Under data types, you look at what kind of data has been stored in your table. If we are using only this one, these are numbers, but since cannot be used in calculation, then we can use short text. Now, due to this format here, it now qualifies to be short text. So we shall leave it as a short text. We shall leave it as short text. the way it is. Then we are having item name, the same. Unit price will be currency. Quantity will be number. Date of sale will be date with time. Location will be short text. Now let me go back to the formatting. Yeah, they told us that we are having PK dash, then the digits follow. So we shall go to our format under item ID. So you come to field properties where there is format here. Let me zoom it such that it is very clear. So under field properties format, we shall have PK dash. Now, but remember this PK is going to appear consistently for all the item ID. So in case you want anything to appear consistently, then you enclose it under double quotes like that. Then the other remaining ones are just going to be digits. But remember here we are not dealing with auto numbers. If we are auto numbering, we are going to put zeros to stand for the place holders. But now here, since it's not going to be auto-generated, those digits there, the PK will be auto-generated, it will appear consistently, but the digits will not be auto-generated. So we just need to use the @ symbol to represent the placeholders. Why am I using 3? Because here we are having 3 digits. So every @ symbol there represents a place for a digit. Then okay. Then item name, we said there is no formatting. Unit price, so with the unit price, it is currency, but under field properties, currency here, we are not going to leave it as that. We are going to remove that currency and we do the formatting from there. So it means you remove that currency and you bring in the format you want it to be, like all the currency you want it to have. So we are beginning with the hash, comma, hash. Those are just the format. The comma separators or the thousand separators. Remember here, when you look at this, our currency symbol is at the end. So that's why we have started with this ones here. Then that currency symbol is also going to appear consistently for all the unit prices here. So I will open quotes. Then you bring in the currency symbol and you close your quotes. Double quotes. So in case you wanted to start with the currency symbol, still you just begin with the quotes, currency symbol, close the quotes, then the comma separators follow. Then okay, there we are done with that one. I can save what I've done. Then the table is supposed to be called item table 2024. So item table 2024. Okay. I have not yet set the primary key. I will say no because I will need to put it myself. Then still under that, under quantity, they want us to have the format with the separators or comma separators. So we shall just go to format there and we put in comma, hash, comma, hash. So that is a comma separator or thousand separator. Then still with the DOS, this is the format, DD-MMM-YYY 4 times. So you also come to DOS after selecting the data type. You come here to format and you give it the format you want. So DD-MMM-YYYY 4 times. Then okay. So I can come and set the primary key, which is item ID. Then from there, what do I need to do? Let me check, save. and I check if my formatting is still there. This one is there, that one is there, this one has gone. So I can now reformat it. I need the comma separators first, then the currency symbol is going to appear consistently, open quotes, introduce the currency symbol, close quotes, and okay. Then also work upon the decimal places here. Let us have 0, this one, that one is also okay. Save the changes, and we can now go to the datasheet view of our table. So I can enter data now. For example, I have 001 here. So I'm not going to waste time typing PK because I've already formatted it there. That should appear automatically. So I will just type 001. When I go to the next PK, dash is appearing there. So item name here is half cake. I have half cake is what I'm going to type here. Half cake. Unit price is 200. So you can see the currency symbol is appearing there. Then quantity is 600. Those I'm having here 12 Feb 2024. 12, let me try to use that slash, then Feb is 02 slash and 2024. I want to see if my formatting is going to work. So when I go to location and you come back here, you can see there is though this one is supposed to be 12, it is taking the format of this it is taking this format here of the date, where month first, it is taking this one to be day, and so I have here 12, then Feb 2024. Location is wing A. So you continue like that until you are done with your data entry. So I have entered that data here, and it is what we are going to use with the formatting that we have done. Now let us go straight away to what we are supposed to do. One, we are creating a query to display items the quantity above 500, and we are saving it as above 500. So we shall come here. You can even close this, create query wizard or query design. Okay, select the fields, next, then you give your query a name there, above 500. Then make sure you modify it because you are going to define the criteria, and finish. So under quantity you need above 500. So here we cannot type just the word above, but we are going to use the operators, which is greater than, like that, 500. So when you run this query, you are able to see those items with their quantity above 500, which is here. So we can close it and go to the next one. The next one is saying items with the quantity between 800 and 2000. So we create query wizard. Okay, we select all the fields, next, modify it, give it a name here, and the name is supposed to be between. So you type that name there, between, and you finish. So here the problem or the mistake we always make when we are using between is this. So you find someone typing here between, like here we want between 800 and 2000. So 800 and 2000. This one, remember, we want between. So between means this one is not supposed to be there, this one is not supposed to be there. But when I run this query, you can see I'm here concentrating on quantity. You can see there is 800, there is also 200. So meaning that it is not between. We have included the other. So what's the right criteria here? The right criteria would be, so what you do, between 800 means what is it beyond 800? So let me first use this example such that we can get it well. Now, between 1 and 10, it means I'm going to have values beginning from 2 up to 9. So what does it mean? It means the first value will always be greater than 1 because it is between, so it must begin from 2. And the last value here will be less than 10. So that's the meaning of between. So it means I'm beginning from 2. I'm beginning from 2 and I'm ending at 9. Or another person can say the first value will always be greater or equal to 2 and the last value here will be less or equal to 9. So those two criteria there work better for us. So it means I'm not here, I'm not including 1, I'm not including 10. Here it means I'm beginning from 2 and I'm ending at 9. So that's what we are going to use here. So it means I will have greater 800 and less than 2000. So I want those values which are greater than 800 because it is between 800 and 2000. And also those values which are less than 2000. So I don't need it to reach 2000. So when you run this, yeah, this time you have those values there. So meaning that we don't have the 800 and 2000. So we can close and go to the next. Let me first close this. So the next one here, items with the quantity below 1000. So that one you can continue with it because it is just like this one. Then items that cost 1000 and less, 1000 and less. So we can create query wizard. Okay, we select the fields, next, then we give it the name, and the name here is supposed to be 1000. It is supposed to be 1000 below, 1000 below, not 1000 plus. So 1000 below. Then we shall modify and we come here. Now under unit price, remember we want to create a query displaying all items with the unit price or costing 1000 and below. So it means less. So if I just say less than 1000, it means 1000 is not included. But here they have said 1000 and below, so it means less or equal. And now here you can run your query, and there we are having them here. This one here, this is where we're concentrating. So we can close this. That one is also done. And the next one is, yeah, that's it about number queries. Now what about date query? So we're also creating a query display items which were sold in the month of February, and we are saving it as a February. So when you come here to your table, you create query, we select the fields, next, then we give it a name February, and we shall modify, then finish. So here we cannot just come and type here. You can't just come here and you type February. It will not run. It's going to tell us data type mismatch. Why? When you look at this field here, it has three parts. This field has three parts. Let me display it from here. This field has three parts. It has this part for year, it has this part for month, and it has the part for day. This is day, not date. It has a part for day. Now you must specify for database which part do you want to consider. So for that case, we are going to introduce a simple function here, and that function is called a month, because February is a month. So you simply just type month. So a function will come with the opening and closing a bracket. And then that month is what? They said month of, let me read it here. We are creating a query to display items which were sold in the month of February. In means equal. So that month must be equal to February, but February is month number 2. So I will put there 2. Then this is not complete. Inside this function here, come and specify where the month is coming from. So open your square bracket there. Then it is coming from that field called DOS, and close your square bracket. So it means pick for me month referring to that field called DOS. That's why we are having this square bracket, and it must be equal to 2. Display for me the months from DOS being equal to 2, which is February. So when we run it, you will be able to see here only Feb, regardless of that day. So we can close that and go to the next one. The next one is saying items which were sold before April. So we can also come again, create query wizard. Okay, select the fields, next, and we give it a name. So our query is going to be called before April. So we type that before April, and make sure we modify such that we define the criteria and we finish. Then we are still under those the criteria, and here we are saying we are doing the same. We are introducing the function because we are considering month. So month function, that's a function, and it is before means less. So less April month number 4. So you put there 4. But inside here you specify which field are you referring to. So I'm referring to, so square bracket means referring to or from those, and you close the square bracket. So there we need, or we expect months like Jan, Feb, and March only. So we come here and run it, and here you are seeing Feb, March, Jan, Feb, like that. So there we can close it, and that one is also done. And then also the other one was to return or display items which were sold after April. That one you do the same. Items that were sold between Jan and April. So between Jan and April, it means we shall come and say create query wizard. Okay, select those fields, next, we give it a name, and the name here is what? Between cells. So you can come type there the name, which is between cells, and you modify, then finish. And here when we come to our DOS here, because where we are applying the criteria, we are in need of those items that were sold between January and April. So still we don't type here between, okay? Leave alone between. So here we will introduce the function name, which is month, and that month, remember we are saying between Jan and April. So it means you must not begin with Jan. You must begin with a month which is greater than Jan, which is 2, and again that very function month, but this time it should not reach April. So that is between. So here we are referring to those, and here also we are referring to those. Good. So this is between. Don't use that word between because it will include for you even April and February. So, okay, when you run that, we are having only March inside there. Good. So we have saved it, we can close it. And that was all for this video. Thank you so much for your time. Let's meet again in the next lesson.